Hello and welcome to the Woodland Reboot. I'm Peter if you're new to the channel. This is the second video in a two-part series where I am fixing a sunken walkway, an interlock brick walkway down the side of my house in Ottawa, Canada. Click the link above to see what I did in the first video, and we continue on with the work here where I'm just continuing to level the crushed stone.
So through here it's a very light layer. I have to make sure that I'm actually not creating a rise through here, which wouldn't allow for everything to drain back there. So, very shallow here, raising a little bit on this side. Okay, I've got the first layer of the crushed stone in place. Pretty good. Pretty much where you see this darker, just a different product, same granular size. There's very little on the ground here. It's thick in through here before the stairs, and there's quite a bit up there beside the stairs and beyond. Time now to get out the compactor, fire that up, and compact this and see where we are. So that's the machine I got from Home Depot. Honda engine. It's a Wacker Newson. Definitely more than big enough for this job. You guys let me know if there's another machine you recommend or if you've had good experiences with this one.
Just removing a little bit of debris here.
Simple setup. Gonna turn on. That's on, put the choke on. That's the throttle. Alright, let's see if we get this thing right.
This compactor is a Wacker Newson. Very easy to use, perfect for this size of job, small plate, easy to turn around and rotate. And as you can see here, I just kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth multiple times. I don't know how many times are actually required. I'd like to think I did the bare minimum. Anybody out there who's an expert or does this for a living, feel free to let me know if I've done too little or if I went over it enough times in terms of making sure it's somewhat or adequately compacted for this process.
The compacting went relatively well. I've got a rise right in there that I need to smooth out, i.e. from that point it goes downhill to the back. I don't really want it to do that. So I'm going to pull out of here. I've got to add some more in here, not a lot. And I'm going to scrape down that way to try to make sure that the grade is going that way. I do believe that probably right in there about the transition from the grain to the taupe, it goes up and then it goes down again. So we're going to work that out.
I'm not a professional landscaper. I've never had any lessons of any kind or training. It just seems very straightforward to me that you would want to have your levels handy and use them often as you do this kind of work. That is the packing and the leveling of the new bed to make sure you've got the angles and the drainage angles correct as you're trying to get the bed ready for the bricks to be relaid.
The stairs pose a bit of a challenge. As you can see, I've got them propped up. At one point, the stairs actually sat on the walkway. It subsided that much. This is essentially the surface of the old walkway. This is a challenge because I can't get under there with the compactor. So I'm going to get under there with this piece of wood and just press it down as much as I think is possible. All right, it's got a slight pitch that way. Could be better. So I've got this bunch of stone that I pulled down from there. I like the grade, I like the angle. I'll compact that once more. I'm pretty sure that's not going to change anything there. Pull this out. Gonna put things along this side here because I want that to be a high side. It's now looking pretty good. I think I want to do a little bit more work right in here. There's a little bit of a rise in here that might not allow water to drain. So I'm going to work on that. This is looking quite good back here. I like what I've done back here, scraping. You know, I added gravel in here. I scraped most of it away. But that's the way it works. Comes down nicely here. Done a decent job underneath. Gonna have to fix that afterwards. In terms of getting this out, it's dust in there and then put the pavers on top of it, the interlock brick. And I should be able to get that back to Home Depot long before it's due. So it's all looking quite good. Time for lunch. I'm ready to start putting the interlock brick back in place. There's going to be a little preparation required to do before we get going. Let me get my knee pads on. I've got a board to work off of so I'm not disturbing the packed crushed stone. And we'll start getting this stuff in place. Let's see if you guys can hang it up here on the fence. So I expect to do about an hour and a half this afternoon. Maybe come back to it. I've got a meeting I've got to be on the phone for. And yeah, I'm going to try to knock out anywhere from 2 to 4 hours a day. I'm not going to try to kill myself to get the stones back in place, but this is going to take me a few days. edge work is slightly delicate. Not delicate, a little problematic, because as you can see it's a dirt edge, and it's clear that the dirt was some noise out on the road. The dirt was packed in around after they had put the stones in place, so a little bit of work to make sure that's not an issue. There's a big one here.
This edge is a bit of a challenge all the way down. All the material along this outside edge would have been put down after the bricks were laid down and in place when originally installed, and because this is a renovation, I did not want to lift all of this out of place. It would have been quite a headache. So there is a little bit of, I don't know what to call it, crumbling as I'm trying to put things back together, so there's a lot of maintenance to do as I'm reinstalling the bricks here. Fingers crossed this one fits nicely. Yes. And this one. Yes. If you can see the bubble here, but there is a slight grade that way. Before, if I do that, that's about what it was like before, so there was a distinct grade towards the house. Never had any flooding in the basement, but you know what? I'm going to try to find out if we can have that happen. Where's the ball, Blue? Where's the ball? Okay. There she goes with it. Well, Blue's out here today with me, even though she's kind of just left. Oh, here she comes. Losing her ball a bit. Distracted by a few smells, and she's back. She's a little bit disappointed that we're not playing, but let's see if we can get this project done. That's the first stage done. I'm going to say that's about 10 to 12 feet of interlock brick back in place. Just because of the way I lifted the brick, I'm now going to go down to this pile of bricks here and start to lay coming back this way with that pile.
So I've taken a series of pictures on with my phone using my 4-foot long level as a measuring, allowing me to put the bricks back in the identical pattern that I picked them up. Should help. Should make it easier. So far, so good. It's a snug fit, but what I'm going to start doing, lay down these other bricks and then continue to compact, and we'll see that brick fall in eventually, I know it. So that's great because, boy, I was thinking I might be a ½ inch out, and right now I could force that in there, but I'm going to try to persuade it a bit more. All right, I've arrived at a tricky part of the process. I've got to get stones underneath. I don't know if you guys can see it under there, but there is an existing row of the stones that are essentially close to being buried. There's about ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch proud of the new base. So here we go. Let's try to get a few of these in. I've got the last pile of bricks here, the final piece that needs to be filled in. It has been a big project. I'm going to say I averaged probably 4 hours a day over 5 days. If you were ambitious, maybe a friend helping for half a day. If you were had the energy and the strength, i.e. younger, you could probably knock this out in 2 days. Oh, this is satisfying, everybody. A couple more stones to go. And it's actually worked out. Oh boy. That's all done. All right, stones are all in place. The job's not done yet, but that's a big part of it. I think what I'm going to do, last for today, I'm going to get those river stones and get some of them in that edge area down there, because I don't want to see any of my stones fall over that way. Let's go get the river stone barrel. Didn't get that gate over far enough. All right, first we'll be done with hand, so I can jam it right down in there. Losing my light. Steal away. Okay, so I have this magic sand product. I've got 3 bags. The idea is that you spread it out, you sweep it out across the top of your bricks. You then sweep it clean so you don't have any sand build up on top of the bricks. And then you wet it. And you have to wet it 3 or 4 times, maybe 2 or 3 times. And it has to dry. And this, as it indicates, stops weeds, stops ants. It's got a polymer in it. So once it dries, it actually acts like a type of glue. Not rocket science, so let's get that applied. And once that's done, that'll be the end of this project.
challenge here, with what I've done, it's going to be to create some sort of vibration.
Cut this little piece of plastic out of some packaging item that I'm going to use to go around and actually test the joints. Feel like there's not much in some of them. Like that one went down too far. Let's see this one. See, that one's essentially empty. Need to get more sand in these. So it's going to be a long process. There's a bit of work to do here. Are my joints too tight in some cases? I don't know.
I repeated this process 2 more times. That is, spread some more sand, push it in with my fingers, sweep it with the broom, water it. The weather wasn't ideal for doing this project. As I mentioned back at the beginning of video 1, I'm essentially doing this in late autumn. The weather's warm for late autumn, but a little bit more warmth would have helped with the sand drying out between the different coats, if I can call it that I applied. I don't have footage here of the post-project cleanup. Sorry about that. I'll try to put together a video midsummer next year, having a look at the current state of play with the walkway at that time, and let everybody see what I think and if it's holding up going into the fall and winter of next year. Okay everybody, thank you for watching these 2 videos. Hope you enjoyed them. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you at the reboot for the next video.